Hello friends, welcome to Lukman IAS. Today we are going to have the Hindu analysis of 23rd May 2021. So let us see which are the important articles from today's The Hindu newspaper. Yes, these are the important articles for mains purpose and for prelims related our syllabus we have separated them. Let us take overview of all these articles first. Identifying mutants. So on this FAQ page, which is very important, along with science and technology page on Sunday's newspaper, directly relevant articles for our examination. FAQ page, this article identifying mutant, it is giving very good information about how these mutants are identified in India, COVID-19 virus mutant. Along with that, we have to also understand the significance or importance of identifying these mutants and how they are helping us to deal with this COVID-19 pandemic. What is the present structure in India to identify these variants and mutants of this COVID-19 virus? Okay, so science, GS3 paper and GS2 paper, health aspects. Then second article, digital media told to remove mention of Indian variant. So from governance aspect, this is important. Yes, India wants to maintain its image at world level. Recently, WHO had given the tag of variant of concern to Indian double mutant variant. However, India wants that there should not be correlation or naming of this as Indian variant. Okay, there is specific name given to it according to lineage numbers. However, this particular name should not be given. Now it has asked a social media platform to remove such kind of reference of any particular news on social media website. Next, for prelims examination, BRICS Astronomy Working Group moods networking of existing telescope across these member countries. So what is this particular working group and the basic information about BRICS countries or BRICS grouping. Okay, so that is important for our prelims examination, international organizations, forums, groupings. Then call for action to protect Odisha tribes. Some of the activists, they have asked the Odisha government to take certain important steps so as to reduce the infections, COVID-19 infections among the particularly vulnerable tribal groups like Dongriya Khond or Gond tribes in Odisha, PVTGs. So what are these PVTGs? Again, there will be repetition, revision for our purpose, but that is important as UPSC in 2019 already asked question on PVTGs. And in the end, some COVID-19 related development and cyclone Yas related development follow up that we are going to have on daily basis. And last, some daily current affairs based MCQs that we are providing here for your practice purpose. Let us go into details of all these articles. First, identifying mutants. Why this article is written on FAQ page? This is important because there is some kind of delay or let us say lack of seriousness on behalf of government, as already some kind of warning given by this INSOC, Indian SARS-CoV-2 Genomic Consortia, was given in early March 2021 regarding new and contagious form of novel coronavirus. This double mutant virus, already this consortium had some kind of given warning. However, the central government did not listen to this particular warning, and a result that we are seeing is the second wave of the pandemic. Okay, so basics about this consortium. INSOCOG is consortium of 10 labs across country tasked with scanning of COVID-19 samples from the patients and flagging presence of variants that are known to have spike transmissions internationally. This is first task. Second task is also that whether certain combinations of mutations were becoming more widespread in India. That thing is also very important, and it is tasked to advise the government that these are the variants and their numbers is being spiked in the country. It was established in December by Government of India, December 2020. Now, what are the present findings of this consortium? As of May 6, 2021, from Department of Biotechnology. It said that 20,000 samples have been sequenced, genome sequencing, and about 3,900 variants have been identified. Now, among them, variants of concerns which have been internationally flagged by WHO, they are foreign variants, primarily this B117 identified first in UK, then this South African variant, and then this Brazilian variant in small numbers. Now, some of the labs among these 10 labs flagged the growing presence of variants identified in India that were clubbed into family of interrelated variants called B1617, known as double mutant variant. Now, this is first found in India, double mutant variant with two mutations, these two mutations on spike protein. Now, these two mutations already individually were found in different variants internationally, however not together. Together, such kind of mutations in one single variant has been found in India. That is why it is being called as a double mutant variant. It has more transmissibility, however it is not yet known that such variant is associated with increased disease severity. We do not have that much data to understand whether this is leading to severe COVID-19 disease. However, surely it is having more transmissibility. Along with that, this family of variant marked as an international variant of concern recently by WHO because of recent spike in cases in UK of this variant. At the same time, in March, it was also linked to increase in cases in Maharashtra. Around 20% of the cases in Maharashtra are linked to this particular variant. Okay, fine. Now, after understanding this, let us understand the importance of genome sequencing in managing this pandemic. Genome sequencing is a kind of, let us say, sequencing of DNAs of this viruses, DNA or RNA. Okay, so basically this sequencing is done to understand the role of certain mutations in increasing the virus infectivity. Okay, so yes, variants are identified, and after identifying that variant, whether that variant of that virus is having more infectivity, this is understood through this genome sequencing. Along with that, it is also understood that some of the mutations have been linked to immune escape or the virus ability to evade the antibodies, and this has consequences for vaccines. For example, some of the variants, or we can say the double mutant variant found in India, it is known to have less or we can say evade the immunity that is given by the vaccines to some extent. Recently, one of the chief scientists of WHO has said that the Indian vaccines or Covishield or Covaxin have only 50% of we can say guard against this double mutant, or they produce only 50% of antibodies against this particular double mutant variant. So, that is why identifying variants through this genome sequencing is very important for further tweaking of these vaccines in future. Okay, so you need to understand this. Along with that, antibodies are important, however, there is also parallel network of cellular immunity. Basically, the cellular immunity, it is talking about the T cell related immunity. Cellular immunity, we are talking here about basically two types of immunities: antibodies, those let us say generated against the antigens to deal with antigens, and other is memory T cells that we have in our body. These memory T cells remember the antigen which was earlier present, and when that antigen again comes into the body, then these memory T cells again put in some kind of protection or immunity system in the body. Okay, this plays very critical role. At present, even the doctors or the scientists have not able to understand how this cellular immunity works against this COVID-19 virus. Okay, the current evidence for most COVID-19 vaccines is that they have almost 75% to 90% efficacy in protecting against disease, but less so in preventing reinfection and transmission. Okay, what are the challenges being faced by this consortium in India? Yes, it was tasked to sequence at least 5% of the samples. However, for many reasons, this has been only around 1% due to shortage of funds, first thing, insufficient reagents, second thing, and tools necessary to scale up such sequencing process. So, basically lack of funds, lack of infrastructure, these are the reasons that this consortium or these labs have not been able to sequence the genomes of these viruses. Okay. Warning about emerging variants were not made public with sufficient urgency, and sharing of datasets even within the constituent groups of this consortium was less than ideal. This is, we can say, lack of coordination among the labs within the consortium itself. Along with that, the advice which is provided by this consortium is not taken seriously by the government. At the same time, there is lack of transparency in the communication about the warning or the advice which was given by this consortium regarding especially the double mutant virus. Okay. So, this is how we have to understand the challenges faced by the consortium. What kind of question we are expecting? Simply explain the importance of genome sequencing, especially in dealing with this COVID-19 pandemic. What is the present structure in India to this purpose and challenges involved therein? So, all the answer to this question that we have discussed just now, it is given in this particular article. Fine? Okay. Next. Digital media told to remove mention of Indian variant. Now, from the governance aspect, we have to understand why this particular notification to all social media platform was given, because yes, there is some kind of misinformation around the COVID-19 spreading on the social media platform. At the same time, we can understand that WHO has not associated the term Indian variant with this B1617 variant of coronavirus or any of its report. Fine. So, basically WHO has not tagged that variant of concern as Indian variant. Okay, so such kind of words are not to be used by the social media platform or news agencies, medias. Okay, so this is how the government has asked social media companies to immediately remove any content on its platform which mentions or refers to term Indian variant. Now, some important data or facts which is mentioned, which can be used in essay paper also, regarding the penetration or use of social media platforms in India. Like, as per data received by from the government recently, the country has 53 crore WhatsApp users, 44.8 crore YouTube users, 41 crore Facebook users, while 21 crore use Instagram and 1.7 crore use Twitter platform. This is how we have to know about the facts also. Social media, part of governance, GS2 paper, also we have to understand that some of the ethical aspects involved in the social media groups, platforms, GS4 paper also, and essay paper. Okay, so you need to know about some facts also. Fine. Now, specifically prelims related developments, BRICS Astronomy Working Group moves networking of existing telescope. Now, this meeting of this working group recently happened in a virtual mode, online mode, on 19th and 20th May. Okay, so BRICS Astronomy Working Group. Basically, this working group is established under, or we can say that it provides platform for BRICS members countries to collaborate in the field of astronomy. Now, under Science, Technology and Innovation track of BRICS 2021 calendar, India hosted the 7th meeting of this group online mode. Okay. And these, let's say, those who participated, experts in this field, recommended that each country should present the scientific results of the work being carried out in their country. Okay, they proposed networking of telescopes in the member countries and creating regional data network. Now, the background here is that India assumed BRICS presidency from January 2021. About 100 events, including ministerial level meetings, senior official meetings, sectoral meetings or conferences, are to be organized in 2021, and India is going to host it, being the president of the BRICS grouping for this year. Okay, so basics about the BRICS grouping, as the name suggests, it is the grouping of 5 countries. Okay, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. That's why the acronym BRICS. Okay, so chairmanship or presidentship of the forum is rotated annually according to acronym of BRICS. Okay, so India is going to chair, or we can say being president of grouping for this year. First BRICS summit took place in 2019 in Russia, and in 2010 South Africa was added to the grouping, and then the name became BRICS grouping. Okay, so BRICS leader summit is convened annually. On annual basis, BRICS summit happens. Nations signed BRICS contingent reserve arrangement in 2014 as a part of Fortaleza declaration during 6th BRICS summit in Fortaleza, Brazil. Okay. Now, another outcome of this Fortaleza declaration was formation of this new development bank, NDB. Its headquarters is located in Shanghai. Okay. Now, what is this contingent reserve arrangement? It aims to provide short-term liquidity support to the members through currency swaps to help mitigate BOP crisis. What is BOP crisis? Balance of payment crisis, a similar kind of crisis that we experienced during 1990s. And yes, we had taken help of IMF at that time, International Monetary Fund, to deal with that BOP crisis situation, and further to strengthen financial stability among the member countries. So, you need to remember contingent reserve arrangement. Okay, initial total committed resources for this arrangement shall be $100 billion of US. Okay, so you need to remember this basic information about BRICS grouping. Fine. Call for action to protect Odisha tribes. Basically, the activists working for the welfare of these tribal groups in Odisha, they have asked Odisha government to immediately take steps to prevent loss of lives among the PVTGs like Dongriya, Kond, Bonda tribes, Gond tribes, right. So, yes, these tribes are PVTGs. What are these PVTGs? In 1975, Government of India initiated to identify most vulnerable tribal groups as separate category called as PVTG. That means among the scheduled tribes or the tribal groupings, PVTGs are more vulnerable, and some specific actions, measures are taken to protect them. At present, there are total 75 PVTGs out of 705 scheduled tribes spread over 18 states and 1 union territory of Andaman and Nicobar. This is according to 2011 census. Highest number are found in Odisha, 13 PVTGs are there, followed by Andhra Pradesh, 12. Now, what is criteria followed for determination of PVTGs? A pre-agriculture level of technology like jhum cultivation, or we can say nomadic herding, a stagnant or declining population, extremely low literacy, subsistence level of economy. So, these are the criterias. Now, what kind of question UPSC asked in 2019 prelims examination? Consider the following statement about PVTG groups in India. PVTGs reside in 18 states and 1 union territory. This is correct. Just now we talked about this. A stagnant or declining population is one of the criteria for determining PVTGs. This is correct. There are 95 PVTGs officially notified in the country. Now, this is factually incorrect. There are total 75 PVTGs. We talked about this. So this is incorrect statement. So from this information we can mark the correct answer as this is factual information. Irular, Konda Reddy tribes are included in the list. You cannot remember 75 names. You cannot remember 75 names and their distribution in different states, right? Though it is available on the website of Ministry of Social Justice, or we can say Tribal Affairs, right? However, that is not feasible to remember all these names. So elimination method should be used here, and the options are let's say used in the same manner, or given in the same manner. Like this is incorrect statement, third one, you know this, that 75 are there. So from this itself the correct option can be marked here. It is 3, 3, 3, that is A, B and D is incorrect, as option 3 is mentioned here, right? So that, or the statement 3 is mentioned there. So that's why the automatically answer becomes 1, 2 and 4. So this is how elimination method should be used in your examination. Very important aspect of dealing with prelims examination. Fine. COVID-19 related development. Gujarat has emerged as hotspot for mucormycosis disease, and it has declared this as notifiable disease under Epidemic Disease Act excuse me, 1897. Okay. Over 8 lakh migrant workers left Delhi for their respective hometowns during first 4 weeks of lockdown. This is data. You can use this data in essay paper also. GS1 paper, society. Migration is important point in the society subject. Then novel coronavirus responsible for COVID-19 could cause no more than common cold like coughs and sniffles within next decade, according to one study. So there is one article on Science and Technology page, and this study is having some kind of a reference to Russian flu, and the modeling, mathematical modeling is done according to the number of infections worldwide, and it is saying that within next decade it will become a common flu like disease. Okay, so yes, that depends on the kind of mutations that may happen to the virus in future. So that's why the study is very important. Next, cyclone Yas. This cyclone Yas has developed in a Bay of Bengal and may have landfall on the northern Odisha coast and West Bengal, and ultimately even the Bangladesh. Okay, so this name Yas is given by the country Oman. It reportedly originated, or the word originated from Persian language, and it means jasmine in English. Okay, you need to know the names, the country which providing is its name to the cyclone according to regional naming system that we have in that list. Earlier we talked about cyclone Tauktae, the name was given by Myanmar, right. Last year we had a cyclone Nisarg, name was given by Bangladesh. So you need to remember their names, right. So yes, cyclone Yas is likely to intensify into very severe cyclonic storm and cross Odisha and West Bengal, warned by IMD. Odisha is preparing for that purpose, and West Bengal is also preparing, like evacuation plans are put in place, fire safety, and let's say state disaster rapid action force, all these are being deployed by these states now. We will have follow up on cyclone Yas on day-to-day basis, just a similar manner earlier we had follow for cyclone Tauktae. Fine? Yes. So yes, practice prelims MCQs, we have framed these MCQs for your practice purpose. Try to solve these MCQs, download these PDF from the description of this video link. We are also providing the model answer in detail of these MCQs along with some other practice MCQs on day-to-day basis on our Telegram channel. So join the Telegram channel by using the link which is provided in the description of this video. Along with these MCQs, we are also providing on day-to-day basis The Hindu analysis, previous year MCQs analysis by Lukman IAS faculty, and current affairs for prelims examination. This much material on day-to-day basis is provided on Telegram channel. This is very useful for both preparation of prelims examination as well as mains examination. So join Telegram channel of Lukman IAS as well as subscribe to the YouTube channel of Lukman IAS to receive these videos on daily basis. Okay. Yes, so these were important articles from today's The Hindu newspaper. As we all know that prelims have been postponed to 10th October 2021. Lukman IAS has come up with test series program for next 2 months. You can solve or write some answers. These tests very important for your writing practice, improving writing practice. So for more information about this test series of essay paper, GS paper, ethics paper specifically and polity paper specifically, as well as public administration optional, to know more about them, you can contact Lukman IAS. Thank you.